Okay, good morning, class. Um, Rochelle, kindly lead the prayer. Miss Rochelle, can you please lead the prayer?
Yes po.
Okay, you may lead the prayer po. Pahiram ng yung mga guide ko mag-off.
In the name of Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, salamat po sa magandang araw na ito na pinagkaloob mo sa amin at salamat po sa aming teacher na magtuturo ngayon. That's all po. Amen.
Ay, nasa GC pala. Thank you. Okay, before we start, so good morning, class.
Good morning po. Good morning, ma'am.
Before anything else, I want you to be aware of our classroom rules. First is avoid eating inside the online meeting, online setup. So kahit nasa classroom tayo at hindi tayo naka-online setup, bawal pa rin yun. For respect na lang din. Next is do not use your phones unless I say so if there is an emergency. Pero dahil tayo naka-online class ngayon, syempre kailangan yung gumamit ng gadget. And next is do not speak in chorus kapag gusto niyo sumagot. Pwede niyo i-press yung raise hand button sa ating online meeting. And next is listen carefully and take down notes. Wait lang. Now, monitress, is there any absence today? Miss Shikaina?
Wala pong abs.
Okay, that's good. Give yourself a claps. Press nyo na lang yung mga clap buttons natin dyan. Yan. Thank you. Okay. Again, good morning, class.
Morning, ma'am.
So, before we proceed to our formal discussion, let's have an icebreaker first. So, this icebreaker has the relationship to our topic. Later on, I will discuss. So, mag-share screen lang ako. Familiar ba kayo sa ganitong game?
Yes po.
So, familiar naman kayo sa ganitong game, huhulaan nyo lang naman siya. Meron siyang mga hidden words. 5 hidden words that you have to find. At yung 5 hidden words na yun ay meron siyang relationship sa ating topic. So, I will give you siguro mga 1 minute na lang para hanapin yung mga hidden words na yun. So, start na tayo. After 1 minute, magtatawag na ako. So, start na ba? Kaya niyo na bang sagutan?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, magtatawag na ako. Miss Rochelle, ano yung mga hidden words na nahanap mo? Give one.
Air po.
Okay. Let's see mamaya kung nandyan talaga yung air na yan. Next, Miss Shikaina.
Biosphere po.
Okay, parang ang bilis niyo makahula ah. Next ay si J. Mark. Nandyan ba siya, J. Mark?
Hello po. Yan.
May nahanap ka ba
Yung
doon?
Earth po at saka Hydro.
Wow, dalawa. Isa lang ang hinihingi ko. Okay, that's good. So, sino yung sumagot kanina ng air? Tama po yun, si Miss Rochelle. Okay, bigyan natin siya ng mga emoji claps. Okay, thank you. Next ay, sino yung sumagot ng biosphere? Si Miss Shikaina, tama po ba? So, I guess all of your answers are correct and nahanap nyo yung mga pinapahanap ko dun sa ating word puzzle. So, this air, geosphere, biosphere, hydro, and earth are relationship to our topic. Now, let's move forward to our next activity. So, can you guess, alin dito sa mga word na to, present ng picture na to? Sa tingin ninyo, can you guess? Anyone?
Atmosphere po.
Okay, you have the idea. Next, can you guess? Anyone?
Hydrosphere po yata.
Now, let's check later on if hydrosphere talaga yan. And, di-discuss ko naman siya. Next po. How about this one? Can you guess?
Hydrosphere po.
Oh, okay, anyone po? Last one. Okay, now let's check if your answers are correct. So, to proceed to our formal discussion, our topic is all about the 4 subsystems of the Earth. And yung mga word puzzle na mga hinulaan nyo kanina and also the pictures na classify nyo kanina ay may relationship sa ating magiging topic, which are the 4 subsystems of the Earth. So first, let's have the geosphere. So, sino yung sumagot kanina geosphere? Ano about sa volcano? Okay, geosphere is all about the rocks and landforms on Earth. So, lahat po na nakikita natin ng mga lupa or form siya ng mga or siya ay formation ng mga landforms or rocks. Lahat siya ay mga classified sa geosphere. So, nakikita natin dyan sa mga graphics na yan, yung mga volcanoes, yung mga hills, rocks, and soil, and yung mga, yung chocolate hills, yung mga nandun sa likod ng volcanoes, part siya ng geosphere dahil sila ay form of land. Next, let's have the biosphere. So, biosphere is all the living things on Earth. Lahat ng mga may buhay dito sa planet Earth, considered siya as biosphere. Ano ba yung mga may buhay na yung mga may buhay na nandito sa Earth natin? Magbigay kayo ng example.
Animals at saka tree.
Yes, that's correct. Lahat yun mga yun ay may buhay. So, may tanong ako. Tayo ba, considered ba tayo? Belong ba tayo sa biosphere?
Yes.
Yes po.
Yes, correct. Kasi tayo ay may buhay. So, belong tayo sa biosphere. Dahil ang sabi, all living things on Earth. So, tayo ay kasama sa mga living things. Ano ba yung mga non-living things? Sa tingin ninyo? Yung mga walang may buhay.
Yung walang buhay po.
O, alin nga, ay magbigay nga kayo ng example. Alin yung mga walang may buhay?
Katulad ng mga bagay na nandito sa dito sa ating Earth.
Sa bahay, alin yung mga walang may buhay dyan? Alin yung mga hindi gumagalaw dyan? Yung hindi humihinga? Bukod sa patay.
Yung mga TV.
Yan.
Saka yung mga appliances.
Yan yung mga gamit natin sa bahay. That's all part of non-living things. And tayo ay part naman ng living things. Okay? Thank you. Next ay Next naman ay yung hydrosphere. So, hydrosphere is all the forms of water on Earth. So, lahat na nakikita nyo na tubig, part siya ng hydrosphere dahil hydro means water. So, yung mga lake, yung mga sea, even the pond, and yung mga falls, part siya ng hydrosphere. So, atmosphere naman, ito na yung pinakang last subsystem ng Earth. It is all the gases surrounding on Earth. Yung mga carbon dioxide, nitrogen, or oxygen, even yung mga evaporation na nangyayari, part siya ng atmosphere because atmo means gas. Now, magpe-play ako ng video sa inyo and meron tong mga guide question na dapat inyong sagutin. So, you have to take down notes. Madali lang naman siya. Huwag kayong mape-pressure. Napapakinggan nyo? May sound?
World as you know it.
May sound po.
Okay, thank you. So, now let's play the video.
And to help us identify the 4 spheres, let's bring in our friend Ellie the elephant.
Hi friends, welcome to my watering hole. Okay, let's start with the geosphere, which is the outermost solid layer of the Earth. It's made up of the crust and the top part of the mantle. Sand, rocks, mountains, canyons, ocean floors, and even magma are all part of the geosphere. I have a friend with a geosphere collection. Actually, it's just rocks, but it sure sounds cooler when you call them geosphere. The atmosphere is the layer of gases that surrounds the Earth. It's the air that animals like you and me breathe, and that plants use for photosynthesis. The atmosphere is made up of nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, and other gases. The atmosphere protects us from the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays, and it also traps heat from the sun, so I stay nice and warm, sometimes a little too warm, which leads me to the hydrosphere. The hydrosphere contains all of the water on Earth in liquid, solid, and vapor form. About 71% of the Earth's surface is covered in water, but nearly all of that is salt water in the oceans and the seas. Most of the fresh water that does exist is frozen in the polar ice caps, glaciers, and icebergs, with only a small amount of liquid water in the lakes, reservoirs, and rivers, like this one, where I spend most of my day. And finally, the biosphere makes up all of the living things on Earth. Life exists all over here, from the darkest depths of the ocean to the skies above the tallest mountains. Plants, animals like me, humans, and even tiny bacteria and viruses are all part of the biosphere. And those are the 4 spheres. Okay, time for a swim.
Thanks, Ellie. Have fun. Okay, let's see how each sphere interacts with others, starting with the hydrosphere and the geosphere. Water shapes the geosphere through erosion and creates features like caves and waterfalls. One of the best-known examples of water erosion is the Grand Canyon, a mile-deep gorge carved by the Colorado River over millions of years. When large volcanoes erupt underwater, the water cools the lava and solidifies it. The lava rock builds up over time and sometimes emerges out of the water to form islands. Living beings in the biosphere need the hydrosphere to live. Plant roots absorb water for photosynthesis to create energy, and the water also helps transfer nutrients from the soil to the plants. Animals like Ellie need water to live. Humans use water for not just drinking, but also cleaning, farming, cooking, in industry, and many other uses. Water, mostly from oceans, evaporates into the atmosphere as water vapor, then condenses to form clouds, and then falls back to the earth as rain or snow. Snow melts into rivers, and rivers flow back into oceans. This constant cycle shapes our climate, transports minerals across the globe, and provides us fresh water for drinking and farming. Now let's talk about the atmosphere and the geosphere. Magma, which is part of the geosphere, causes volcanic eruptions which expel gases and ash into the atmosphere. The volcanic ash in the atmosphere reflects sunlight away from the Earth, and it can sometimes have a global cooling effect. But volcanoes also release carbon dioxide, which can raise global temperatures. Volcanic activity is thought to have caused and ended ice ages in Earth's history. The atmosphere also shapes the geosphere through wind erosion. Winds erode dunes and transport sand from one place to another, and over time even make grooves and hollows and rocks, although far slower than water. Living beings need air to live. Animals use oxygen to generate energy and release carbon dioxide. And as we learned, plants use carbon dioxide for photosynthesis and release oxygen into the atmosphere. And finally, let's talk about the geosphere and the biosphere. Many living beings, including humans, now live on the geosphere. Some live in burrows and caves to stay safe from weather and predators. When plants and animals die, their remains enrich the soil, which then helps other plants grow. Humans mine the earth and use elements within the geosphere for a variety of purposes, like iron for weapons and buildings, or gold for decoration and currency. And now you know all about the Earth's four spheres and how they interact with each other to shape our world. Thanks for watching!
Okay, may naintindihan ba kayo dun sa plinay ko na video? May naintindihan po ba?
Yes po.
Okay, kasi meron akong naka-ready na tanong. Here's the first question. Based on the video, what is the relationship of hydrosphere and geosphere? Kasi 'di ba sabi, ang hydrosphere daw ay all the forms of water on Earth. While yung geosphere, ito naman yung tumutukoy sa mga landforms dito sa Earth. So, anong connection ng water dun sa landforms? Anong relationship nilang dalawa? Anyone?
Ako po, ma'am.
Yes po.
Based on the video, ma'am. Audible po.
Yes po, Dinen.
The hydrosphere po and geosphere likely collected influencing each other through process like erosion, sedimentation, and the movement of water, shaping of Earth's surface.
Yes, correct. So, you have the idea. So, yung hydrosphere and geosphere, so, di ba, yung mga volcanic eruptions, kapag nagkakaroon ng volcanic eruptions, magsasolidify ito, then, magpo-form siya ng mga rock forms and landforms. So, pwede rin siya maka-form ng island, di ba, doon naman sa dagat, kahit nasa dagat, meron yung mga may mga volcanoes yan sa ilalim. So, sila yung mga kaya nagkakaroon ng mga islands dahil sa mga volcanic eruption. So, next question. How about the biosphere and atmosphere? What are their connection to each other? So, diba, na-discuss ko kanina, ang biosphere is all the living things on Earth. Lahat ng nabubuhay sa mundo ay part siya ng biosphere. While yung atmosphere, lahat naman ng mga gases surrounding on Earth, part siya ng atmosphere. So, anong connection ng biosphere sa atmosphere? Do you have any idea?
Ako po, ma'am.
Yes po.
Yung biosphere and po ay connection with each other. All living things rely on gases in the atmosphere for life. Kaya po, connected sila pa ng that. The biosphere is vital connection. Like, living organisms interact with the atmosphere through process like respiration and photosynthesis. This interaction influence the composition of gases in the atmosphere, affecting climate and weather patterns.
Yes, Miss. Thank you, Miss Shikaina. Very good, dahil parang talagang nakinig talaga siya kanina. Sobrang focus yata siya kanina dahil on point yung kanyang sagot. So, to elaborate po yung kanyang answer, biosphere and atmosphere have the connection to each other. Why? Because hindi mabubuhay ang isang mga living things, hindi natin masasabing living things yan unless magkakaroon siya ng mga gases interaction. Yung mga plants, anong pinoproduce niya? Sa tingin ninyo, anong pinoproduce ng mga plants? Anong gas yun? Yes, correct. Oxygen. Na kailangan ng tao to live po. Ano? So, sa tingin ninyo, without oxygen, mabubuhay ba yung tao?
No po.
Yes, correct. Hindi mabubuhay ang tao without oxygen. Di ba nga, sa sobrang ano pa nga natin, pag nagkakasakit yung tao, pag pumupunta sila ng ospital, kailangan pa silang salpakan ng oxygen to survive para magkaroon pa sila ng lifespan, mapahaba pa yung buhay nila, kailangan nila ng oxygen. So kasi sa modern world natin, medyo parang ano na rin yung oxygen, kasi more on village na, more on subdivision na, yung mga puno pinuputol na nila. So very alarming na rin yung mga nangyayari sa ating earth. So yung yung tao, anong pinoproduce niya? Na kailangan naman siya ng plants.
Carbon?
Yes, carbon dioxide. Yun naman yung nire-release ng tao para magbigay ng gas dun sa plants. So, kailangan ay may exchange process. Kung ang tao ay nagbibigay ng carbon dioxide, yung plants naman ay magbibigay naman ng oxygen for the human. So, last question. What do you think is the importance of these 4 spheres of Earth to human lives? These 4 spheres, yung geosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. Sa tingin nyo, bakit siya mahalaga sa human lives? Sa atin?
Mama ko na lang po.
Yes, Miss Shikaina.
These 4 spheres of Earth, geosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere interact to sustain life. The geosphere provides a solid foundation. The hydrosphere supplies water essential for survival, and the atmosphere supports breathing, and biosphere encompasses living organisms. These spheres collectively maintain environmental balance, influencing climate, weather, and ecosystem, crucial for human well-being. Understanding their interconnectedness is vital for sustainable living and addressing environmental challenges.
Thank you very much, Miss Shikaina. So, correct po yung sagot ni Miss Shikaina. Importante yung mga 4 subsystems ng Earth sa human lives kasi without the 4 subsystems of the Earth, the life will not be possible, Kasi kung wala ng geosphere, wala ng mga landforms, wala pang tubig, wala pang hangin, wala pang mga living, possible na walang mga living organisms talaga kapag yung tatlong yun ay nawala. Kapag nawala yung mga landforms, yung mga atmosphere na nagpo-produce ng mga gas, a combination of mga gas, and yung mga hydrosphere na forms of water, yung biosphere automatic, wala siya. It will not be possible na magkaroon ng biosphere dahil ang biosphere kailangan niya, sabi nga ito ay living organism. So kailangan niya ng mga gas, kailangan niya na magso-support sa kanya to live. Okay. Now, let's move forward to our group activity. You will be grouped into three groups. So, i-check nyo na lang sa ating Google Classroom yung inyong mga groups kung saan kayo belong, and na-inform ko naman kayo dito last time, and alam nyo na rin kung sino yung mga group mates ninyo. So, for the group 1, so, here's your activity. Venn diagram ang gagawin ng group 1. For the direction, the students are assigned to compare and contrast the 4 subsystems of Earth using a Venn diagram. They will present and explain it in the class. So, gagawa lang kayo ng Venn diagram. 4 na bilog yon, syempre, kasi 4 yung kailangan. And then, yung mga 4 na bilog na yon ay yun ay yung mga contrast, yun yung mga hindi nila pagkakapare-pareho. While yung gitna, ayun yung pagkakapare-pareho naman nila. So, ganun lang siya. Next ay yung group 2. Slogan ang gagawin ninyo. And the students are assigned to make a slogan that promotes environmental awareness. The slogan should be about how to avoid the destruction of our environment caused by human activities. They will present and explain it also in the class. So, hahanap lang kayo ng mga, gagawa kayo ng mga slogan, yung mga phrases na nagpro-promotes ng environmental awareness natin, paano may iwasan yung mga destruction, pollution, paano natin ma-preserve yung cleanliness and yung life dito sa Earth. And last, for our group 3, magdodrawing lang kayo. Yung students, you will draw anything that represents the preservation of the beauty of Earth's subsystems. I-represent nyo rin siya sa ating klase. Kahit anong drawing lang, basta nagpapakita siya na ng preservation ng beauty ng ating Earth. So, you will be guided in these rubrics. So, for the content, you will have a 5 points if the information is indicated and related to the topic and has the precise and concise idea. 4 lang kapag naman yung information ay naka-indicate and yung wala naman siyang precise and concise idea. And 3, 2, and 1. So on. So, check nyo na lang yan, yung sa ating Google Classroom for the mechanics. Content, presentation, manner of delivery, and creativity ang kailangan ko. So, this total is 20 points. So, I will give you 5 minutes to do the activity. So, start na kayo. Tapos na ba kayo sa activity?
Yes po, ma'am. Sino po yung mga?
Yung group 1, mauuna mag-present ang group 1, yung Venn diagram. Mag-stop ako ng share screen. Ready na ba ang group 1? Yung naka-assign sa Venn diagram, sila Mishi kayo na ata. Yes, okay. You may share your work.
Ang Venn diagram po is geosphere, all the landform of the Earth, and biosphere, all the living things on Earth, and hydrosphere, all the water on Earth. Next po is atmosphere, all the gases on Earth. And these are the 4 subsystem of the Earth. Yun lang po.
Okay, thank you. Let's give a emoji clap po kay Mishi Kaina para sa kanyang group. Thank you. Next group po. Yung
Okay na
slogan.
po, ma'am.
Thank you, Mishi Kaina. Next group, yung sa slogan.
So, ito po ay ingatan ang kapaligiran, pagandahin ang ating kalikasan. So, pinapakita po dito na ingatan po yung ating kalikasan para po manatili pong malinis ang ating bansa po. Like, yung mga basura po, paghiwalayin po sa nabubulok, plastic at sa mga paghihiwalay-hiwalayin po para po hindi po bumara po sa mga kanal, ganun po, para hindi po ng baha, ganun po. Kasi yung mga puno po, hindi po dapat putulin para manatili pong maganda po yung kalikasan natin. Yan lang po.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Miss Rochelle. Let's give them a claps, emoji claps. So, for the last group, yung draw me, kanil Mr. Lander Prasiria, you may now present.
Visible po ba?
Yes po.
Yan po. So ito po, yung living things po, yung meron po dito tayong puno, tapos ito ibon, tapos isda at ito mga mga ito pong mga yung ilog, tapos damo, yan lang po.
So, my question is kay Mr. Lander. So, paano daw napapakita yung preservation ng beauty ng Earth? Paano na napapakita yung kung gaano kaganda yung ating Earth?
Ano po ulit yung tanong?
So, paano nito napapakita yung preservation ng ating Earth? Paano nito napapakita yung preservation ng ating Earth?
Meron po siyang subsystem ng Earth.
At alin yung mga yun? Alin yung 4 subsystems ng Earth?
Geosphere, biosphere, tapos atmosphere. Yun lang po yung tanda ko eh.
So, that's good. Yung missing na isa ay yung hydrosphere. Pero, that's good pa rin na napresent ninyo. Napakita nyo pa na rin naman yung group nila Lander. Napakita pa rin nila yung preservation ng Earth dahil nandun nga naman yung mga living things. And yung also yung mga 4 subsystems ng ating Earth. So, thank you Group 1, 2, and 3. You did a great job. Let's give a clap for each group. Okay, thank you. Next. So, let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages naman ng 4 subsystems of Earth. First is the geosphere. The advantages is that it provides a stable platform for ecosystems containing valuable resources like minerals and metals for human use. While the disadvantages of the geosphere ay magkakaroon to ng mga destruction, pwede siya mag-cause ng destruction sa mga infrastructure natin and yung caused by volcanic eruption and earthquakes. Next is the biosphere. Advantages ng biosphere ay it supports diverse life forms, contributes to biodiversity, and provides ecosystem services essential for human well-being. Ang disadvantages nito ay pwede siya mag-cause ng loss of habitat kasi 'di ba nabubuhay yung mga living things, especially yung mga hayop sa mga forests. So, nag-music. Kindly turn off. Okay, thank you. So, to be continued, disadvantages ng biosphere, magkakos siya ng loss of habitat. Dahil gawa ng, if ever na ang mga human ay maggawa sila, alam niyo yung ginagawang kaingin, yung sinusunog nila yung forest para magtayo doon ng mga subdivisions. So, ayun, magkakos siya ng loss of habitat sa ating mga living things. Next ay sa hydrosphere. Advantages, essential for life, regulates climate, provides resources like fresh water and fisheries. And disadvantages nito, ito yung mga soil erosion. So, pwede siyang, alam niyo yung mga tabing dagat na parang nauukab ng ano dahil gawa ng pagtaas ng sea level. 'Yon. So last ay yung ating atmosphere. Advantages nito, it enables life by providing oxygen, regulates temperature, and protects Earth from harmful solar radiation. And disadvantages nito ay yung mga climate change and global warming. So yan na yung mga pabago-bagong mga climate na nararanasan natin, pabago-bagong weather, extreme heat, yung mga storms na nararanasan natin, it is caused by the atmosphere. So, how does these 4 subsystems of Earth makes our planet habitable? Sa tingin ninyo, bakit nagiging habitable itong ano natin, yung Earth? Paano nakakatulong tong 4 subsystems na to, yung geosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere? Paano nakakatulong yung 4 na yun para maging habitable yung ating planet? Ibig sabihin ng habitable ay yung parang pwedeng tirhan dahil pwede tayong mabuhay dito sa planet Earth na to. Bakit sa tingin ninyo nabubuhay tayo sa Earth na to? Anong tulong na naibibigay ng 4 subsystems na yon? Na-discuss ko siya kanina. Any idea? Kahit ano, sarili niyong opinion.
Opo, ma'am.
Yes, Mr. Lander.
The Earth four main substance, geosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere work together to create a habitable environment. The geosphere provides a solid foundation. The hydrosphere regulate temperature, sustain life. Yun na po.
Thank you, Mr. Lander Brasilia. That's good, no? These 4 subsystems of Earth makes our planet habitable kasi nga naman, sabi ko nga sa inyo, life will not be possible sa Earth kung wala ang 4 subsystems na ito dahil sila yung nagsosupport ng life sa ating Earth. So without the 4 subsystems of the Earth, our planet, the life in our planet will not be possible. So for your assignment, before we end our discussion, let's have an assignment muna. In your community, you have to identify what are the possible geologic hazards that you will encounter and what are the precautionary measures that you will make. You will write it in your notebook and present it in the class tomorrow. So, siguro bukas ay face-to-face na tayo. So, present nyo siya sa klase. So, that's all. Thank you for cooperating in our class. Thank you, class. Goodbye, class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you po.
You may now
Thank you,
leave the
ma'am.
meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.